Hey guys, and welcome to Veda Day 20, and today I'm going to be doing a really short book review. I hope it's going to be short anyway, because I don't know if I have much to say on this, but I really want to do a book review on this book, and the book is Looking for Alaska by John Green, which I read last weekend while I was in Spain. And I freaking love this book. Straight off, right off the bat, I'm gonna say I give this book a 5 out of 5. And I know for a lot of people, their favorite John Green book would be The Fault in Our Stars, but mine is this book. I gave Fault in Our Stars 5 out of 5 stars as well, but I think for me this one was a higher 5 out of 5 stars. And the reason for that, I think, is just solely based on how much I connected with this book. As I said in my last video, I was spoiled on the big huge spoiler of Fault in Our Stars, and I wasn't spoiled on this. I made sure I wasn't spoiled on this one, so I experienced everything for the first time as I was reading this book, and I felt like that's part of the reason I like it more, and I could relate to the characters more. Just get on with the review. Yeah, basically this book is just about growing up and coming to terms with growing up and first love in all its awkward entirety. Basically follows this guy called Miles, and he's ordinary. He's the most ordinary person you'll meet, and he's sent off to Culver Creek boarding school for like freaking genius people, I'll tell you now. They is genius people. And he meets these group of people who quickly become his friends, his best friends, and meets Alaska, who is also one of the best friends, but a girl who he comes to love and be his first love, and that's a major part in the book. And the book just follows their journey over a year, I think it is, for a school year anyway, from September to June or May or June or whatever, and whatever all they get up to, and it's just really nice. It's a really nice story. So the first thing I noticed with this book was how Miles, or not just Miles actually, everyone in this book had a nickname. John Green is a freaking weirdo, but a class weirdo as well. I don't know why, but this, like, his giving the characters nicknames was like such a huge part of the book, and that's such a weird thing to say because nicknames are just nicknames for the most part anyway, but in this book it's like their identity, and it's just so good. Like Miles was Pudge, and Chip was the Colonel, and their principal was the Eagle, and I don't know, it just kind of like defined the characters in a way, in a really short and concise way, and it was just such a cool and really a cool addition to the book, and I loved it. It was just amazing. There was actually one point where I forgot what Chip's name was. I forgot he was called Chip. I was like, his name is the Colonel. That is his name. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed, and the first thing I really liked. Second was how fantastically ordinary this plot was. A lot of the time I have to have like action and fantasy and, you know, mystical and magical elements in a book to really keep me engaged in the story, but this is like basically something that could happen to me. I could go off to boarding school and this could be my life. It's just so ordinary, and I didn't expect to love it as much as I did, which was surprising and amazing, and kind of made me like it a bit more because I could relate to it. I could relate to almost every part of it, and yes. And with a plot this ordinary, it's essential to have good characters, and if you know me, you'll know one of my favorite things in a book is good character development, and this book had it, I will tell you now. These characters and their relationships were so, what's the word? They were so raw and so realistic and so amazingly developed, and I enjoyed them so much. I enjoyed reading about them so much. And when the thing happened, the thing, I will call it the thing in case you haven't read it, because this will be a spoiler free review. If you haven't read it, the thing that happened was so impactful. I don't know if that's a word. It had such a huge impact on me. And yes, if you've read my previous video, you'll know. And that just shows how much I loved the characters in this book. Their unique personalities were so interesting to read about. They were similar in a way, but they were so different. And that's so amazing that John Green could do that so easily. Well, it seems so easily anyway. He's just he's a master. He's a master. What am I doing? And yeah, I love the characters so much. Overall, I would say this book is fantastic. Again, I give it a 5 out of 5. I would recommend it if you liked John Green's work, and if you liked the Perks of Being a Wallflower. I haven't even read the book, but I've seen the movie, and I think you'd like it if you've seen the movie and read the book. So that's my reasoning. It's just a raw story about like the life of an teenager, the life of a teenager. I'd recommend it to just about anyone. I loved it so much, and yes, well done, John Green. Well done. So yeah, those were a few thoughts on the Looking for Alaska. Yeah, I think I got across my points, and yes, I hope you liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Veda Day 21. Slon.